Hello, Survey of Literature readers. Today we're going to look at signpost responses for week 2. At the very top, you'll type the book title. Remember, that should be in italics, by, and then your author's name. What page are you starting on? Are you just starting your book this week? Then it's pretty easy. It's like page 1. And then at the end of the week, you'll enter an ending page. Here are the directions. If you want to see the signpost below, you can always open them up here. It's a little bit larger, but remember the categories. And by the end of the week, we want to write 5 to 7 sentences or more. Gosh, be an advanced reader and write more, but a total in any signpost combination. So you can have 3 discussing conflicts, and 4 discussing insights, and maybe 3 discussing word choice or style, something along those lines. Or you could have all 7 discussing conflicts, contrasts, and contradictions. So it's 5 to 7. You'll notice how the signposts are organized. So the first 3 lend themselves to fiction. And then the last 3, notice the headlines or the headings or titles are in italics here. Those lend themselves to nonfiction. And so you'll notice they have more rhetorical terms like logos, ethos, pathos on them. But 5 to 7 or more sentences total. Support your responses with direct references, quotations, and page numbers. Specific is terrific. That's right. So let's practice our context, quote, analysis skills that we've been practicing in other English courses right here. Please use 1 to 3 signposts and do not respond to every bulleted prompt. Instead, find those with the most natural fit for what you are reading. So even though it lists contrasts and contradictions, what you're wondering about, conflict, paradox, juxtaposition, all sorts of comparisons, you don't have to, or you shouldn't actually write on all 3 bulleted points. It becomes a little too mechanical, too stifled if you start finding an analogy, a metaphor, simile, personification in your reading. But if you want to discuss some of the conflict, the varying characters' perspectives, and maybe you found an interesting simile as you were reading, I'll definitely point those out. Maybe you want to talk about a paradox that you suddenly realize that the main character, for example, is an underachiever, but because it's an autobiography or because it's a biography, and this person was wildly successful later on, that we have a paradox, a paradoxical situation. Change, consequence, and insight, those sometimes work a little bit better once you're reaching the end of the novel. Tone, word choice, style. After you get into the book, it's nice to discuss style here and there to let people know a little bit more about what this author's uh, word choice and arrangement of words, if you find them fresh, engaging, and beautiful, what you think about this writer's style. Whoa, I've talked way too much, but this is how you do signpost responses each week. Happy reading, everyone.